Yeah, yeah, yeah. What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on? I'm here to promote my UFC 322 predictions. I don't even want to live stream right now. I just want to promote my prediction video. So you guys better watch it. No, I'm just messing. I'm down to chat. I'm down to stay and play. But seriously, watch the predictions. Watch my fucking prediction video. It's only an hour long. It won't take up too much of your time, I swear. It's only an hour long prediction video for UFC 322, you know? I know it's late night on a Tuesday, but yeah, watch it. You know, sleep in for work tomorrow. Watch it. It'll be worth it. What up? What up? So, yeah, there's a lot of shit to talk about. You know what I mean? There's a lot of shit to talk about. Let me get a few more people in the chat. Just a few more in the chat, you know? Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Alright, cool, cool. So, yeah, I want to talk about a few things. A few. One of them being, first of all, Kamaru Usman. What the hell's going on here? Why do I sense he's going to get a gifted title shot? What's going on here? What up, Mini Beans Old? Why does it say old? Why isn't it new? That's what I want to know. So yeah, before everyone gets onto the chat, we're going to talk about, first off, Kamaru Usman was called the greatest of all time by Dana White. He uploaded a podcast with Dana White from a year ago. Smart move. He saved that podcast and waited to upload it around that welterweight title fight. He waited for UFC 322 JDM vs. Islam to upload his Dana White interview. I'm talking about Marty Usman here. He waited for the perfect time to post a video, an old video of Dana White saying, "You're the welterweight GOAT above GSP." So Dana clearly hates GSP. What else we got? What else we got? Obviously, UFC 322 predictions. That's why I'm here to promote my predictions, right? Because it's my old account. It doesn't seem old. You're using it right now. We're in the present right now. So we're going to talk about that. There's a lot of Usman to talk about. I guess he's putting his name out there, but come on, man. Should have fought Bilal. And I would have been on board. Not only that, Islam Makhachev. I heard an interview. Islam was talking to that Aiden Ross character, right? I smell industry plant with that guy. But anyway, he was asked by Gaydon Ross. Gaydon Ross said to Islam, "Who do you want to fight in the welterweight division after Jack?" And Islam didn't say Ian Garry. He didn't say the winner of Ian Garry versus Bilal. And he didn't say the winner of Sean Brady versus Morales. He said he wanted to fight Kamaru Usman. Now I'll tell you what that means. Because during that Islam Makhachev interview, guess who was 3 feet away in the distance in the same room as Islam Makhachev during that interview? Ali Abdelaziz. Right? Ali Abdelaziz was in that interview. And guess what? He manages Usman and Islam. So guess who makes a boatload of money if we get an Islam Makhachev versus Kamaru Usman title fight. Ali Abdullah Disease. That's my name for him. Everyone calls him Ali Abdullah Sleaze. So I'm not going to copy that. I got my own name. Ali Abdullah Disease. He's a disease in this MMA world. So yeah, clearly Ali, he did this. He called up Usman, he called up Islam, and he pulled him aside. He said, look, I manage both of you guys. You guys want to get a lot of money? You guys both want to fight each other. Tell the media that. Because Ali controls a big portion of the MMA media. And he said, he made a game plan with Islam and Usman. He's like, you guys talk about each other in the media and in the headlines. And I guarantee, Usman, you will get leapfrogged for that title fight. And I would have no problem with this if Bilal was fighting Usman for the #1 contender fight. But that's not the case. Usman, not only did he duck the best matchup for himself promotion-wise, he's not even thinking about fighting Shavkat. And Shavkat's going to be available. Like Shavkat, he's not getting knee surgery, so he'll be ready. What's going on, Nathan? Latest video was a banger. Good stuff, homie. How are you? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I was so hyped for this card, so hopefully there was some enthusiasm in that prediction video, because I'm sure there was, because I haven't been this pumped for a card in so fucking long. I can't remember the last time I was this pumped for a card. I agree, bro. Kamaru should be fined. Yeah, I mean, what's going on here? I could list out the perfect game plan for Usman. Usman could have been the talk of the town if he accepted the Bilal fight and immediately dropped the Bilal Muhammad podcast. That would have been promotion 101. All I would be talking about right now is Usman. Could you imagine that? If he agreed to fight Bilal and then dropped that controversial podcast where Bilal slapped him, apparently, he'd be the talk of the MMA media. And if he beat Bilal, I would say for sure give Usman the title fight. That'd have been such a sick fight. I'm going to make a top 5 fights. At the end of the year, I'm going to make a video called Top 5 Fights That UFC Failed to Make. And I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Bilal Muhammad versus Kamaru Usman was one of the fights. Now, I know UFC can't force Usman to fight Bilal, but still, they could have had some influence and kind of forced it. Come on. I'm definitely going to, spoiler alert, I'm definitely going to include Kamaru Usman versus Bilal Muhammad in my top 5 fights UFC failed to make video coming up at the end of the year. They're like at the same exact point in both their careers. Both former champs. Both similar styles with the wrestling. Same age about. Perfectly even style matchup, in my opinion. They're in the same exact spot in the sport. If you were a fighter, would your walkout be a payroll song? Mine would be. Or Sada Baby. You know what? Maybe. Honestly. It would be maybe a Detroit walkout song. Or a crazy rock song. Not gonna lie. Hard rock song, maybe a metal song would get me going too. As long as it's nothing too mainstream, you know? I wouldn't walk out to nothing like Sean O'Malley's song. That Superstar. I'm sorry, Superstar wouldn't get me going. If you are what you say you are, Superstar, fuck that. Something hard, yeah. Something with some bass. Something with some bass. You know? And if I was in the UFC, I would demand a live performance. If I had the star power, I would be like, let's recreate UFC 189 when Chad Mendes and Conor McGregor had live performances walking out to the cage. Why has the UFC never done that shit? That's what I want to know. Let's see here. Okay. It's so weird. On my phone, I get every single message in the chat. But for some reason, on my OBS, on my PC, some chats are filtered out. Ain't that some bullshit? So let me read out a message from Arrogant Savage, which got filtered off my chat in the PC. Let me read it off my phone. So thanks, Arrogant Savage. Let me read your message. Aiden Ross is definitely a plant. Him and the Nelk boys contribute jack shit to society. Don't know why else they're all over MMA right now besides being a plant. I know, right? I don't know who I hate more. Who do you dislike more? They're both hateable. Yes, both industry plants. They're both Dana White's little influencers, right? I completely agree. Why the fuck was Aiden Ross allowed in Islam Makhachev's training camp? Seriously. Dude knows nothing about MMA. He doesn't even know how to do a backwards roll. Can't even do a somersault. Doesn't even know how to shoot a takedown. And he's allowed in Islam Makhachev's camp? That gets me fired up. That gets me fired up. Really does. Good point, man. Fuck them. Yeah. Nina Drama. Let's start Paramount by ridding off Nina Drama, Aiden Ross, and the Nelk boys. We don't need them. They've never promoted a fight. I've never heard the Nelk boys or the Aiden Ross video that made me be like, you know what? Now I want to watch this fight. They sold me. They just take the casual takes. I've been a huge Payroll fan since I was 12, 13 years old now. Would definitely choose him. Yes. Yeah, something hard. A banging, knocking beat. Something aggressive. I hear you. I agree with you. There's actually some really good Detroit rappers collabing with some Chicago rappers too, you know? I like a lot of songs. There's a song by Sada Baby and King Von. It's pretty sick. You know what? If I had to pick a Sada Baby song to walk out to, maybe it'd be Pressin'. Pressin' by Sada Baby and King Von. That's got a pretty banging beat. What else did I miss here? I have this feeling the Bilal fight could have been Jack's worst night, and he still won, coming off surgery's layoff. Now it's momentum and confidence. Yeah. You know what? That was a great fight. I picked Jack to win, even though I knew Bilal could. I think Jack won because Bilal wanted to fight exciting. And he didn't shoot that many takedowns. Isn't that crazy? He only shot a few takedowns at the end of the rounds, towards the end of the fight. Now, I'm not taking away from Jack. He won fair and square. And he hit Bilal square on the face and bloodied him up. But I swear, if Bilal Muhammad fought with like a really smart fight IQ, if Bilal Muhammad was shooting takedown after takedown, who knows? Now I know JDM can scramble his ass off and stand back up. But Bilal's got decent cardio. Take him down again. But hey, JDM won. I think Islam is basically a smarter, more versatile version of Bilal Muhammad. So yeah, I think I'm rooting for Jack. I like his style more. I don't know who I'm rooting for here, but I like Jack's style more. Come on. I think we all do. But I'm picking Islam. If I had to put money on it, which I'm not, I'm not betting on this main event. Way too close of a fight. But I say it's a 60-40 fight. I think 60% in Islam's favor. Based off the submissions, the wrestling, the IQ. And here's something no one's talked about. Jack is a better striker than Islam. But if you pay attention to the Bilal versus Jack fight, JDM, he's doing a lot of head movement. He's almost like a pendulum. He was doing this a lot. Like it wasn't your normal slip. He was like a pendulum. Did you see him when he was fighting Bilal? And in a lot of moments, specific moments, he was like, try to hit me. Try to hit me. And I kid you not, Bilal Muhammad has short, stubby legs and he's not flexible. But he almost landed a head kick on Jack. Rewatch that fight. Rewatch that fight and tell me that Bilal almost landed a head kick on Jack. I swear, Jack was dipping to his right. So just like how Daniel Cormier got hit with that head kick from John Jones, because John Jones read and picked up on the fact that DC has a habit and a tendency to dip to the right. I saw that from Jack. He always dips to the right. Now, Islam knocked out Volk with that head kick. I'm not saying he's going to knock out Jack. But if Islam's been watching tape, he's going to know that head kick is there. Because JDM's going to be doing all this shit. I swear, he looked like a pendulum against Bilal. It was pretty funny. It worked against Bilal, but Islam, he can head kick. I don't think Bilal can kick any higher than someone's ribs. But I hear you. Payroll Giovanni. Still buddies. That song is so good. Should save it. Hey, I'm always open to adding new songs to the playlist. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I'm sure I heard that one. Everyone's picking JDM. You know what's weird? Like every time the MMA YouTubers or the MMA community on YouTube, the MMA channels and shit, every time they're picking, like say they're all picking Jack, which I think they are, at least most people. I'm guessing MMA, Joey's not picking Jack. Surprise, surprise, but I feel like most people in the MMA community, especially the fans, are saying Jack. But I swear the odds say different. I guarantee Islam's going to be the favorite. I think Islam is the favorite. So it's funny how that works. I'm pretty sure Islam's the favorite, and I think he will be the favorite. But how when everyone in the MMA community is saying Jack, Jack, Jack? But I do gotta say, I'm giving the slight edge to Islam. Big card feeling. I'm putting a massive bag on Islam by sub, triple money. Whoa, this guy's feeling confident. All right, Drizzy Goat is feeling confident. He's putting a bag on Islam Makhachev. Now, is Islam a big favorite? What are the odds right now? I forgot to check. Does anyone know the odds? I'm sure Islam's the slight favorite. But if you're picking him by sub, that's not a bad pick. That's not a bad pick. It's such a hard fight to choose, though, man. But don't underestimate Islam's head kick. He does have head kicks. Very competitive fights on the main. I'm leaning Valentina, Prates, Benoit Saint Denis, Brady, all winners. Okay. You know what? I can definitely see the Islam win, even though I can definitely see it for Jack. I think you got some good picks. I think your picks are pretty good. I will say this, though. The Benny D versus BSD fight is a who the fuck knows fight. Like, Benny D, he's the smarter fighter. But I feel like BSD has more to offer. He's got more to offer. Well, where goes my pop filter? There we go. There we go. That's an awesome scrap. That's like, is that going on the ground? Is that going to be striking? My prediction is that fight is going to be all over the place. What a tough fight to pick. But I will say this. If you haven't watched my predictions yet, I am picking Zhang Weili over Shevchenko. I think Shevchenko can win a decision for sure. But when it's women's fights, I always pick the more dangerous fighter. And when Weili wins, it's dominant and it's clear as day. When Shevchenko wins, she's had some close fights and it's very debatable. Close fights with Grasso. Close fights with Ferro. So, I think Zhang Weili is going to give Shevchenko a run for her money. I'm picking Weili. We gonna be rich when Jack sends Makhachev back to his cliff where he belongs. He might. A lot of people are hoping that. A lot of people are hoping that. I will say this. If there's ever a time to beat the Dagestanis, it's now. I've never seen the Dagestani fighters, like, they feel so beatable right now. And it all started with Merab versus Umar. Alright? Then Alex Pereira took care of Magomed. Right? And then Islam had a close fight with Poirier. A little too close for my liking, considering what Max Holloway did to Dustin Poirier. Considering that Benoit Saint-Denis almost beat Dustin Poirier. If there's ever a time to beat the Dagestanis, it's now. I feel like their fighter stock, their scary invincibility, is at an all-time low. And not to mention how boring Hamzat fought against Dreykus. I know Hamzat's not Dagestani, but you know what I mean. And I will say this. I think I'm obviously picking Prates for a ton of reasons, but Leon does have a good chance. Everyone has a chance, but when's the last time Leon got to showcase his striking skills against a striker? It's been a long time. It's been a long time, and I'll tell you what, Prates ain't going to be shooting takedowns. So Leon does have opportunities. Prates will give him opportunities. Because Prates, we all know he ain't shooting a takedown. That'd be a fun bet to do. How many takedowns in the Edwards vs. Prates fight? Like, legit takedown attempts. I would say 0. Beneil Dariush takedown defense is elite of the elite. Yeah, it is. Yeah, after that. After seeing the Gamrot fight. I know that was 2 years ago. But yeah. He's not going to get taken down like Rufi. Not that easily. One of the reasons I'm slightly leaning towards Dariush is I saw Mauricio Rufi shuck off BSD off his back. BSD did a Brendan Allen. And it was early in the rounds, and he still slid off Rufi's back. That's pretty worrying. Like, how do you not stay glued to Rufi's back? But at the same time, has anyone noticed the French fighters can't be stopped lately? It started with UFC Paris. I think every big name French fighter won on UFC Paris. And then, I know it's a women's fighter, but Ferro looked good and got a knockout recently. And not only that, Cyril Gane is being portrayed as the winner. of his last fight. So for some reason, the French fighters are looking very impressive right now. It's almost like they stole all the momentum from the fighting nerds. What's going on with these French fighters? Why do they keep winning right now? Has anyone noticed that? I've never seen the French fighters on such a win streak. When's the last time a French fighter lost? A big name French fighter. When's the last time? They've been winning. I don't know what they've been feeding them in Paris lately. Valentina beat in tougher competition. That French girl is a beast. Who's Weili beaten? Yes, Ferro is pretty good, especially after watching that last fight. Ferro's coming off a sick knockout. That is true, but let's not forget, though. Let's not act like everyone wasn't picking Tatiana Suarez. I mean, we had Sean Strickland and all these male fighters, Patchy Mix, Sean Strickland. Everyone's like, man, there's not a girl alive that could beat Suarez. Let me tell you. I feel bad for any woman that has to fight Tatiana Suarez. A lot of people were picking Suarez. I'm just saying. And look what Weili did. And Weili's beaten some champs. But yeah, maybe not as impressive of a resume as Shevchenko. I agree. But more dominant wins. Nah, LOL. Potan is better than JDM, bro. Don't trip. Bilal ain't a daggy. Oh, yeah, you're saying, yeah. Potan's better than JDM. So, yeah, you're definitely leaning Islam. Yep. No, I know. Bilal Muhammad is a U.S.-born fighter. He was born in Chicago. He's definitely not a Dagestani. It's so funny how people forget that he's a Chicago guy. Pretty funny. My dad hates the French, so he's not too happy about it. Yeah, especially a lot of the big name French fighters are eye-poking. Gan, Amavov. On one hand, it looks like Jack can get taken down and submitted easily. But on the other hand, Makhachev had trouble with Poirier, who is a smaller version of JDM. Right. That's why this fight is so hard to predict. This fight is so hard to predict. I can't believe how close Poirier made it against Islam. Unbelievable. I cannot believe how close Poirier made it against Islam. I really think Max could have knocked out Poirier in that fight. In their trilogy. But Islam is coming off 2 submission wins. Nasty Darce choke. Who's ever had back-to-back Darce chokes like that? Maybe Tony. But yeah, this fight you can't do MMA math with this fight. Like, I know MMA math barely works, but it's going to be very hard to do MMA math with this fight. There's an argument, you could be like, well, Jack went to split decision with Holland. Imagine what Islam will do. And you could also be like, Islam beat Poirier by the skin of his teeth. And imagine what Jack would do to Poirier. Imagine the boxing clinic that Jack would distribute on Poirier. That's what makes this a real super fight. A real main event. There's only been a handful of main events this year, guys. Matter of fact, I want to pull up, because it won't take long at all. There's only been a handful of legit main events this year. Like off the top of my head. Islam versus Jack. Dricus versus Hamzat. Pereira versus Magomed. What else was deserved? As far as pay-per-view main events, I can only think of 3 legit ones this year. Like I said, this fight, Jack versus Islam, legit. Dricus versus Hamzat, legit. Pereira versus Magomed, that was a legit main event. Every other title fight this year was undeserved. Call me crazy. I mean, let's be honest. Volk versus Diego Lopez, that didn't feel like a real title fight. Ilia Topuria versus Charles didn't feel like a real title fight, right? So many fights didn't feel like a real title fight. So many O'Malley versus Merab didn't feel like a real title fight. Sanhagen versus Merab didn't feel like a real title fight. But this, Jack versus Islam, these guys haven't lost in like a decade. It feels like. Imagine Jack drops Islam badly, concusses him next level, and follows up with a choke. Madness. Okay, I was with you on the first part. But follows up with the choke, I don't know about that. There would be serious money to be made if that happened. Could you imagine putting money on Jack by submission? I think that's very unlikely, but I could see the first part happening. I could see Jack doing a pull, counter right hand. But what I'm really curious is, how powerful is Jack? I'm going to say this. Jack is not the most powerful guy in the division. But his power is like in the perfect range. It's not out of this world. But at the same time, he's not a volume puncher like... He doesn't have pepper strikes. He's not Nate Diaz and Max. He still hits pretty fucking hard. He's like right in the middle on the power scale. On the power spectrum, Jack is like slightly above average. That's what I think. I'm very curious to see, though, how his power works against Islam's chin. Because I believe Belal has a better chin than Islam. Bilal's got a huge melon head. I don't think Islam's got the chin of Belal. I haven't overdunk picks in a while until this card. This one is tough. Hell yeah, that's why I love it. Nothing better than a 50-50 fight night or a 50-50 fight card. I love it. I love it. Now, I gotta say, the only one where everyone's in agreement on the main card is, we all know who. There's only one fight that everyone's in agreement on. And it's the second fight on the main card. It's Prates versus Edwards. And I don't gotta say, you guys know who everyone's picking. You know? I feel like Sean Brady versus Morales, same could be said. But that's a very dangerous fight for both those guys. Morales is looking impressive too. But yeah, BSD versus Benny D, 50-50. Co-main event, 50-50. The main event, I would say 60-40, but it's still a pick'em. We got at least 3 pick'ems on this card. 3 solid pick'ems. That's what it's about. I call those a who the fuck knows fight. I love those who the fuck knows fights. Hey everyone. What up? What up? Everyone's joining the chat now. That's what's up. We got a full house. The two people that will never cause problems to the UFC are Holloway and Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland, I feel like he's a problem for the UFC sometimes, but definitely not Holloway. Holloway's never been controversial. But I feel like Sean, maybe he simmered down. Maybe his takes got super dumb. But when Sean was on those fight nights before he got that title shot, he was definitely a problem for the UFC at those post-fight press conferences during the fight nights. Like after he beat Abus Magomedov, when he was dissing the LGBT reporter, that was crazy. You know? He needed a PR guy next to him. Sean had some good takes in the past, but now it seems like he's just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. But yeah, maybe he's not a problem for the UFC. He folds and he does all the Nina drama interviews. UFC loves Nina drama interviews. You know? That's funny you mentioned that. I'm going to make a video on that soon. I'm going to make a tier list called Public Enemy Number 1 Tier List. UFC Public Enemy Number 1 Tier List. Because my last tier list I did a while ago was the Company Man tier list. Now I'm going to flip it. And we're going to make the UFC Public Enemy Number 1 tier list. You know? We're going to make the tier list. I want to say I am sorry, Arrogant Savage. I don't know why. I can only see your messages off the chat, off my phone, not off the PC. Why does YouTube hate you? I'm going to read off your message, though. Why does YouTube hate you, bro? Aiden Ross. Oh, I already read that one. Is there another one you sent? Oh, yeah. Oh, no. They blocked one of Caden's messages. Let me read it. Why do I only get this one on my phone? The French have a chip on their shoulder since everyone thinks they are weak people. Ha! Is that what it is? Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, they have that stigma that they're weak. And I think that stems from Sean Strickland. Wait, no, he never fought a French guy. He was dissing Abus for being German. But they do kind of got that stigma. Maybe it's because Cyril Gane folded like a bitch against John Jones. I think that's where that stems from. Oh yeah, like I was saying though. Pretty soon, might be one video from now, might be two, it might be three. But I'm going to make a Public Enemy Number 1 tier list. And the criteria is who causes the most amount of problems for the UFC. Intentional or not. Who is the PR nightmare for the UFC? Intentional or not. I'm already thinking of one name who I'm going to put at the top. I want Shemaya versus Strickland so badly. Man. I got so many mixed opinions on that. After Sean fought Dreykus for the second time, after Sean Strickland fought Costa, I said I don't ever want to see Strickland on a pay-per-view ever again. That Costa fight was inexcusable. That Dreykus rematch, inexcusable. Absolutely boring. But since whoever Khamzat fights, Khamzat's going to make the division boring. Whoever he fights, he's just going to smother and lay on them and hug them for 5 rounds, right? So now I switch my stance. If Chimaev's going to be a boring champion, you might as well give him Sean Strickland. You might as well. I didn't know Chimaev was that boring. I thought he was a go all in, go for the kill, I kill everybody, but no. So fuck it. Put the boring fighters against each other. We got the boring grappler versus the boring striker, but the press conference should be more fun than the fight. That's one of those fights where you need to stack the main card. Because the main event, you can't bank on Khamzat versus Strickland being more exciting than the press conference. The fight itself might not be it. Might not be exciting. But the presser will. Nathan, Strickland is a bum. Strickland fought like a bum against... I mean, he won against Costa, but he fought like a bum considering how he spars and how he talks. Nobody beats Khamzat at 185. I don't see anybody beating him at 185. There's no way. Imavov doesn't stand a chance. I'm sorry. Imavov doesn't stand a chance. But I want to see why. I never thought I'd say this. I want to see Brendan Allen get in there with Khamzat. I want to see Brendan Allen defend the choke attempts in the back takes from Khamzat. But Dreykus, answer the phone. I don't see you as the guy who turns down opponents. But at the same time, I didn't hear about you versus Brendan Allen being booked. Has anyone heard Dreykus respond back to Brendan Allen? I need to see that fight. Dreykus, where you at? You and Brendan Allen got some beef. Let's get it going. That might be the most exciting middleweight fight to look forward to. Dreykus versus Brendan Allen. Who's with me? Pick up the phone, Dreykus. Bro, the public enemy number 1 is Bryce Mitchell. Dana had to make a public statement on him. Yes. The cat's out of the bag. You guys already know. Just like how I put Mike Chandler in the S tier as number 1 on my company man tier list, I'm going to do the same for Bryce on my public enemy number 1 tier list. I am. I'm putting Bryce in the S tier at number 1. I'm going to start off with Bryce. Spoiler alert. And it's not even intentional. Bryce has good intention, but people hate the truth. People hate the facts. At Drizzy. At Drizzy Go. Only Strickland can. Okay, you're saying only Strickland can beat Khamzat. Interesting. Now, I know they sparred together. I know Khamzat's tapped out Strickland in the gym. But Strickland believes that his wrestling's underrated. And Strickland believes all he has to do is survive round 1. And he can cruise the rest of the fight and beat Khamzat. I see what you're saying, but I don't know if Sean Strickland has the jiu-jitsu to defend himself. Did you guys ever see Sean Strickland in that jiu-jitsu tournament? It was in an octagon. There was a cage. But he just didn't even try. And he let some random dude jump on his back and hit him with a rear naked choke. So I never really got to see Sean Strickland's grappling on display. If Sean does get the Khamzat fight, I advise him to do a quick grappling tournament. just for fun, just to prepare yourself. He should do a little grappling tournament before that Khamzat fight, just to make sure. You know? That wouldn't hurt him at all. I say if you want to fight Khamzat, fuck a training camp. Sign up for your local jiu-jitsu tournament, and that will be your training camp. Sean at the presser would be like, hey, Chimaev, explain the crypto scams now. Right. You know what? If we get a Sean Strickland versus Khamzat press conference, it may end up looking like the Khabib versus McGregor press conference. It may get political. I think Strickland versus Khamzat, the press conference will look like the McGregor versus Khabib press conference. I could see it playing out like that. That'd be pretty entertaining. Like I said, I think the presser would be more entertaining than the fight, unfortunately. But hey, the press conference might be worth it. But Strickland, please fight. Please pretend that Khamzat is an influencer or a TikToker. Fight like that. You gotta fight like that. But yeah, I mean, shit. There's a lot going on this week. Like I said, Usman just dropped the podcast from a year ago where Dana White called him the GOAT of 170. Because Usman, he's banking on that 170 title fight. And I don't know where this entitlement's coming from. Because he looked good against Khamzat? You know what? Usman, I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm going to be honest. As we're talking about Khamzat, I'm putting the pieces together. Since Usman doesn't want to fight anybody at welterweight, okay? Hear me out. He doesn't want to fight Bilal. He ducked Bilal. He doesn't want to fight Shavkat. The fans aren't having it. You do not get a 170-pound title fight. There's too many contenders. Brady, Garry. Fuck that. If you want a title fight, Usman, I say throw him to Khamzat. Give him the fucking rematch. I would honestly... I'm not saying Usman deserves it, because he doesn't. But I would rather see Kamaru Usman fight Khamzat for the middleweight title. I think Usman has a better chance of beating Khamzat than any other middleweight, even Strickland. Usman beat Strickland once upon a time, and I think Usman could still beat Strickland today. And Usman is the guy who gave Khamzat a run for his money in a 3-rounder. Imagine it being 5-rounder. I think I found the perfect title fight for Khamzat. Let's get Usman out of 170. He's going to stall the division if he fights Islam. That'll be a waste of a title fight. He don't deserve it. There's too many contenders. We have 2 number 1 contender fights going on here. Usman, get lost. You want a title fight? Call out Khamzat. Move up. That's my 2 cents. I think Usman's got the best shot. I know he's a welterweight, but he's got the best shot of being Khamzat at 185. Yeah, Sean's going to walk through Fluffy. Then we stamp in another title shot. Wow, you think he's going to walk through Fluffy? Bold prediction. Bold prediction. I like it. Guess who's back? Slim Shady's back in the chat. Guess who's back? What up? What up? Welcome, welcome. We got Justin Gaethje in the chat. But yeah, who's with me? It sounds far-fetched, but the most interesting title fight for Khamzat at 185, I think, would be the Usman rematch. Completely off the wall. Completely... What a weird title fight that would be, but I swear, Would you rather watch Usman fight for the welterweight belt, which he doesn't deserve, or get a rematch against Hamzat in a 5-rounder for the middleweight belt? Usman shouldn't get it. I agree. Right. He has no right to fight for the 170 belt. Too many contenders. But Hamzat smokes everyone at 185, but I think Usman did very well when he fought Hamzat on short notice. Islam just wants to give him a title shot out of respect. I'll add to that. Let me add to that. Out of respect for his manager, Ali Abdelaziz. Let's not lie. Ali Abdelaziz is behind this because he's going to get a huge cut because he manages both of them. And this won't be the first time Ali sneaks both of his fighters into the title shot. Let's not forget, Ali Abdelaziz screwed over Tony Ferguson, and he made his two clients, Khabib versus Gaethje, fight each other for the title shot. Ali Abdelaziz is known for this. He gives his fighters undeserved title shots so he could have both of his clients, both of his guys fighting each other. Nasruddin Imavov can take Hamzat, I think. I don't think so. If I had to pick someone, I would say Usman has a better chance of beating Hamzat than Imavov even. Maybe I'm crazy. Yes, true about Ali. Where's Noah? You should look into that Noah story more. It's pretty crazy. Ali Abdelaziz. Not a good guy. Not a good guy. If you actually look into that Noah story, you might be like, whoa. Whoa. I missed a message. Let me see. I missed a message. All right. The inbred fan base acts like Khabib is the most perfect man of all time. He could say anything and they will glaze him like he saved the world. Absolutely. Facts. 100%. 100% facts. I know this for a fact because I made a video about Khabib's horrible take on the Dricus versus Hamzat fight. Before that fight, Khabib said, if I'm Hamzat's coach, I'm going to advise him to box with Dricus. Because if he tries to wrestle with Dricus right away, he's going to get tired and gas out and lose. But Hamzat's the better boxer than Dricus. And I'm like, whoa, 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 Khabib, slow your roll. I thought you're smart. I thought you have great MMA knowledge. That was an insanely bad take. And I said, Khabib, you're wrong. Hamzat's going to fight like Hamzat, and he's going to shoot a takedown right from the gate. And he's going to rinse and repeat, because that's his bread and butter. And that's exactly what happened. And everyone was commenting on my video. Man, Khabib knows what he's talking about. Khabib's right. Dricus. Hamzat needs to box with Dricus. Khabib's right. No. Khabib's been wrong about a lot of things in MMA lately. He had another bad take. I remember there was like a span. There was like a month span where Khabib had like 3 back-to-back-to-back horrible MMA takes. You see Ali choke out Aiden Ross? Yes, I did. Yeah. So weird. What do you get out of choking out a weak-ass YouTuber? And then he didn't even let go when he tapped. Now, I don't like Aiden Ross. But you should still let go when someone taps. What a bum. What a piece of shit. I hope they don't let go when Ali taps next time. How would he like that? Gosh. Yeah, that was weird. He thinks he's tough for not letting go of the choke. Very weird. What was Aiden Ross doing there? Dude doesn't even know how to shoot a takedown. I said, Khabib, you're wrong. Nice. Yes. Yeah. I agree. Khabib's been wrong about a lot of takes lately. I forgot his other bad MMA takes, but he had a few. I did like the way he did reverse triangle from side off a step over. That was new to me and super simple. Yeah, fuck that, not letting go. That's a hard submission to pull off. I think that only worked because Aiden Ross is a weakling and he has an untrained neck. He's never been choked before. He doesn't train. And I don't think Ali Abdelaziz is good enough to pull that off on anyone who trains. Those inverted triangles are very hard to hit. He said no more ring girls, kinda weird. Very strange. Very strange. Watch any Khabib or Islam Makhachev documentary and you will not see a woman in sight. Watch any Khabib or Islam Makhachev documentary. You will never see a woman in sight. Like, I don't care who you are. That ain't normal. That ain't normal. I don't care who you are. That ain't normal to me. Yeah, because Aiden had no clue what was happening or resisting. Right. Again, he reeks of industry plant. Why was he allowed there? What did he add? Why is he allowed in the training camp of Islam Makhachev? Like, at least have someone who trains. Invite them. Invite someone who trains to Islam's training camp. Not bum Aiden Ross. Prates versus Edwards. I think I'm siding with the majority. I'm picking Prates, but I think Leon Edwards is going to have moments. Leon Edwards. I don't think he's going to get smoked right away like Jeff Neal. I think Leon Edwards is going to surprise a lot of people. I'm only picking Prates because Leon is known to be a slow starter, and this fight is only 3 rounds. And Leon's had nothing but 5-round fights. So, I think Leon, this might be his most impressive fight in a long time. But I'm picking him to lose. Probably a late knockout. But I think he's going to hit Prates. I think he's going to kick Prates. I think he'll hold his own. I think he'll have moments. I think there'll be some scary moments for Prates. Leon Edwards is a good range fighter. They're both rangy fighters. They both fight from distance. You know? I really think Leon has a great chance because he's fought nothing but wrestlers. Nothing but wrestlers. The last time he had a pure striking match was Nate Diaz. He's going to actually have a chance to showcase his wrestling. But I got Prates. W stream, brother. Hella entertaining. Thanks. Hell yeah. That's good to hear. Not bad for a Tuesday late night stream. It's only Tuesday. But I plan on dropping a video or live streaming every night this week because this is the best card of the year. It's the best card of the year. I'm pumped. There's going to be something to talk about every day this week. I just know it. There's no way this fight week's going to be boring. No way in hell. We got too many big names on this card. He interviewed Islam. Oh, you're talking about Aiden Ross. He interviewed Islam. Islam is pushing his own promo and having fun with it. I do like that from Islam. Yeah, we need more Islam interviews. Without Brett Okamoto. Brett Okamoto sucks. He is such a bad interviewer that I would rather watch Aiden Ross interview Islam than that robot, Brett Okamoto. I swear, man, I can't stand the MMA reporters. I would rather watch a streamer interview Islam. That's a problem. That's a problem. I think Brett Okamoto should get his interview license revoked until he becomes human again, not a robot. What's the difference? We might as well have ChatGPT interview Islam instead of Brett. What's the difference? Let's see. Let me make sure the chat didn't filter out any chats. Because for some reason on the PC, I don't get to see all the chats. The phone tells me all of it. What the fuck? Nelk boys are the lamest people alive, and they are famous. Yeah. I'm sure they go to the Dana White parties. It's such bullshit. They get treated better than the fighters. I think that's bullshit. Nelk boys get treated better than the UFC champions. How backwards is that? Who cares about Kyle? Who cares about Steiny? Who cares? They don't add any promotion to the UFC. What do they do for the UFC? They probably just please Dana White at the parties. That's it. All right, let's see here. Make sure I didn't miss any messages. All right. You gonna do an Islam versus JDM rap too? That's a good idea. I think I will. The very first fight, Slava Claus versus Camilo. What? Slava Claus is on this card? Are you sure? I didn't see that fight when I did my predictions. Wait, you rap? I do a little bit of rapping. Yes. I know Bryce Mitchell might be the best rapper on the UFC roster, but I might be the best rapper on the MMA YouTube. Maybe I'll drop one. I did a little rap for my Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gahn predictions. I might do another one. But I do write in my free time. And I have made a lot of songs before. Why did YouTube shadow ban me from the chat? Is it because I said something about the juice and Freemasons? Probably. That's usually the number one reason why. You can't talk about the juice box emoji. You can't talk about the juice box emoji. You probably get more leeway talking about the Freemasons. Even though they're almost one and the same. I think for some reason the phone doesn't really censor the chats like the PC does, like the computer screen does. It's fucking weird. I'm going to try my best to find every chat. I'm going to keep double checking the chat on my phone to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'll tune in if around this time. Yeah, I'll try to shoot for live streaming around this time. Sweet. If you'll be around this time, I might live stream around this time consistently. I like this time. Dude, Brett sucks. He sucks. He is the most monotonous, monotone, boring mofo I've ever heard. He's so boring. I can't stand him. I would love to fight all the MMA reporters at once. Bring them on. Put me in the octagon with John Morgan, Mike Bond, Brett Okamoto. Is there any others? And the guy who eats the microphone. Who's that guy who, like, fucking eats the microphone? Put them all in the cage at once. I'll knock them down like bowling pins. That's how much I despise them. I'll knock them down like bowling pins. All at once. I'll start with... Is John Morgan even at the press conferences anymore? What happened to that guy? Has he got the first question in a while? Actually, who cares about John Morgan? He's probably at McDonald's. I see Brett, like, hanging out at coffee shops in a shirt with one stripe across it horizontally. That might even be too exciting for him. That guy's so boring, I can't even imagine what his day looks like. I can't picture him doing anything, honestly. Besides being monotone and boring. Yes, Slava, they added 2 fights. They did? Really? Why so late? Hey, that's good. As long as this card maintains and stays the same. Let's see if the UFC put it on the website. They did. It says it's the first fight of the night. I like it. That's a cool prelim. All right. All right. I like it. Another fight to the list. Even better. I didn't even know. I'm pretty pumped for the prelims. Not going to lie. I think Bo Nickel is a great featured prelim. I think RoboCop vs. Kopylov is a great prelim. I think Malcolm Wellmaker on the prelims is fire. Dude, I rap. That's awesome, man. I have some stuff stored in the vault. Maybe I'll release it one of these days. Maybe I will. I might make some new ones. I have some songs in the vault that are just like freestyles and off the wall stuff. But maybe I'll pull a Bryce. Maybe I'll make like a MMA album. Who knows? Maybe I'll drop an MMA album one of these days. Maybe I'll maybe the goal will be to have a feature with Bryce Mitchell on the track. Now that'd be sweet. Fuck a rapper, be a lyricist. What up, Rob? What up? Now, I think I know what you're talking about, but explain in your mind, what's the difference between a rapper and a lyricist? I know lyricists are more technical. I know they use more words, faster flows, but what's the difference? I'm a wordsmith. What year is this? What year is this? Well, unfortunately it's 2025. And as far as mainstream rap goes, rap died years ago. As far as like mainstream. At least that's my personal opinion. But yeah. You're a wordsmith. Are these raps on your YouTube? So, I have them in the vault right now. They're not on my MMA YouTube right now. They're not on my MMA YouTube right now. But, I do have them stored somewhere. I might drop them. I might drop them. I was thinking maybe make a second page for them, but what do you think? I was thinking, since this is the MMA channel, I might just have to stick to, you know, a couple MMA bars here and there. I don't know about dropping off-the-wall raps on the MMA channel. I do have a backup channel that's not MMA for that. So I got some decisions to do. But yeah, I got some shit in the vault. I got to figure out what to do with it. You know what, though? I do have a cipher. Do you guys know I rapped with the guy named Token? Do you guys know Token? Does anyone know Token? I rapped with him. I have it on video. I did a cipher with Token, if you guys know him. And I have a music video in a casino. I don't even think you can film in the casino, but yeah, I do have a music video in the casino, believe it or not. If enough people say so, I will drop it. It would have to be popular demand, though. It would have to be a group vote. Freemasons, my dog is named Mason. Is that why you named him Mason? Because he's free? I'm sure he wasn't for free. That's awesome. What kind of dog is he? I love dogs. I love dogs. But I got a cat right now. 2 cats. What about Bohemian Grove? What about it? Should there be a fight card there? I hope not. Shit, we're doing a White House fight card. I wouldn't be surprised if they do a Bohemian Grove fight card next. That'd be fucking scary. You'd have to put John Jones on that one. I got Rodolph. Hold on. I think I missed a chat here. Let me check. Oh my gosh. YouTube. Stop censoring the chats. Someone said it perfect. The Nelk boys are 30-year-old teenagers. They are. How embarrassing. They are. They're 30-year-old teenagers who drink Happy Dads. What the fuck? Who drinks Happy Dads? What the fuck? That's the best definition of them. Here's another chat I missed. I say mega stuff. What y'all know about Rothschild Zionism? Oh, those bankers. We know about those bankers. We know about them. We know about him. Lord Rothschild. Yep. You know what? I think the old grandpa from The Simpsons is supposed to be depicted as the Rothschild. He looks just like him. Google the grandpa from The Simpsons and compare him to that main Rothschild. I think that's who they're depicting. But yeah. The bankers. We know about them. We know about them. I tried to battle rap Bryce like 3 years ago. He lives an hour from me. Yes, I know who Token is. He does those open verses. Show it on stream. Drop it. Alright, let's see here. Let's see here. Let's see if I can pull it up. Let me dig into the vault. Alright. Alright, I think I might pull it up. Hold on, another chat I missed. Oh! Fucking needle, here's a sword, body pierced with this. Don't think I don't know that track. That's Role Model. I seen that guy. I seen Eminem perform live twice. That's Role Model. Fucking needle, here's a sword, body pierced with this. I like that one. That's M. When he was good. Do you think you could beat up Lucas Tracy? Does Lucas Tracy have a purple belt? If not, then I think I can. I know the belt only covers 4 inches of your ass. Literally. You got to cover the rest. But, yeah. I think he's bulkier than me, but all the bodybuilders get smoked by skinny, trained martial artists. I think Tracy's a lifter. He's more of a bodybuilder type. From what I've seen. So, yeah. Alright. Back to the... Hold up. Let's see. Alright, let me pull up that little cipher real quick. Alright. Alright. Alright, here we go. Let's see if we can see the cipher here. Make sure we got it. Alright. Do we got it here? There it is. Alright. Let me turn it up real quick. Can we see it? Okay. It's hard to see. Let me just play the audio. Fuck it, I'll play it on the screen too. Alright.
Gotta be me. I'm a workout machine. I don't sip purple drinks to get fucking lean. MCs give me a bad taste like a boozle bean. Your songs make me mad, man. I'm about to scream. Yeah. I don't gotta pretend. When I freestyle with Token, we're about to ascend. Yeah. So go hard like extends and get yourself a girl like Barbie, cause you know that you can. Yeah. You want me to go more? Mitchell's a missile, brush you off like a bristle. Smoked you like some crystal, now I think you're in a pickle. So call me incivil, been rapping since I was little. Organic, not artificial, I've never been brittle. MGP, yeah baby, that's my initials. I'm only on SoundCloud, but damn it, it's so official that I can walk in and kill any instrumental. So Token, won't you turn it up just a little? Rap every minute, cause I feel like a menace. And do not think for a second that you can be in my presence. I was chugging my beverage, but now I'm feeling the menace, because I got this chick pregnant after I whipped on my 10-inch. Bitch, forget it, you know I'm independent. Next time I'll wrap the shit up to give to you as a present. This ain't
That's that. If you like that one was over 5 years ago though. If you want to see a more recent one, I have a music video of a recent one. That was an old money making Mitch rap. But I have a more recent one. But that was me with Token. He was laughing, he was doing the ad libs, he dug it. Let me make sure I'm not missing messages here. Did you guys see the music video or was it too blurry? Did you see Token next to me? I like pulled him into the music video. I grabbed him in. I think I missed some shit. Yeah. Alright. So yeah, Justin likes the song Role Model back when Eminem was good. That's one of my top 5 M songs. That beat's sick too. Alright. Mumble rappers, typical mainstream rap. Then you have underground hip hop, basically. People who have vocabulary and people who don't. Okay, I hear what you're saying. So that's what separates the lyricists with the rappers, is the vocabulary. Like a dirty napkin. Drop it like a dirty napkin. Show the Token verse. I did. Hopefully you guys heard it. Hopefully you guys saw it. Did you guys hear the best bar in it though? One more time. I'll just play the best, my favorite bar in it. Alright, here it is. All right. Tell me this isn't a great bar. Listen carefully.
Yeah, I don't gotta pretend. When I freestyle with token, about to ascend. Yeah, so go hard like extends and get yourself a girl like Barbie, cause you know that you can. Yeah. You want me to go more?
All right, I said. So go hard like extends. And get yourself a girl like Barbie, cause you know that you can. That was my Barbie bar from 6 years ago. I like that one. Get yourself a girl like Barbie because you know that you can. I'm so hyped for my boy Kopylov to skin RoboCop so badly. You like that fight? I do like that fight. Especially on the prelims. That's a great prelim fight. I'm glad it's on the prelims because that really stacks the prelims. But I was going to pick Kopylov. But Costa really did a number on him. And I could see RoboCop maybe doing something similar. But I can see RoboCop gassing in round 3. If I had to make a prediction. If it goes the distance, I'm picking RoboCop to win the first 2 rounds and Kopylov to win the last round. I think it's going to be a little too late once Kopylov gets going. But I think he'll win the 3rd round if it goes there. I think Kopylov has a better gas tank. Skinny nerds are the real killers in MMA. Silva, Sandhagen, Prates, Ryan Hall. I agree with you, but Ryan Hall, I mean, let's not get carried away here. I know he's got some good leg locks, but man, I don't know if Ryan Hall is a killer, but yeah, I agree. I agree. If you don't know who Palmer Squares or ASAP Rock is, then you don't know shit. All right, everyone, look up Palmer Squares and ASAP Rock. All right, I'll have high expectations. No, yeah, I looked him up. You put me onto them. I looked him up. Is he David Rothschild? The main one? What's the main one's name? It's not David. It's a different name. What's his name? What's the main one? Jacob. No, Jacob. His name is Jacob Rothschild. That's the main one that I think that they're portraying on The Simpsons as the grandpa. He looks just like the grandpa on The Simpsons. Not David. Jacob Rothschild. Google him and then look up the grandpa from The Simpsons. Mike Goldberg would say virtually identical. Y'all hear the names, but do you know how it really works? Sadly, I think so. Yeah. Yes. Sadly, I think we do. Did you grow up with Token or what? No, but he came to my area and he did a concert in the shelter. You know, you ever seen 8 Mile? You know where Eminem does the rap battle? Yeah. So that's where I found Token to do the cypher. He was at the shelter where Eminem did the rap battle and they filmed 8 Mile. And Token had a concert in that exact same hall. That's called St. Andrew's Hall. And I pulled up. And, yeah, I did a cypher with Token. That was at St. Andrew's Hall, a.k.a. the shelter. Well, the shelter's downstairs. St. Andrew's Hall is upstairs. So technically, we did that cypher in the shelter. But everyone knows it. That's an iconic fucking venue. That's where 8 Mile was filmed. Everyone wants to see the music video. Yes, could see him. Good. Good. What rappers do you like nowadays? I'm getting old. I like Joyner a lot. Joyner, Luke. Okay. I haven't been listening to too much Joyner. But I don't know if I'm glued to a specific rapper now. I just pick and choose what I like. I pick a little bit of this artist, a little bit of that artist. You know, I'm not glued to any specific rapper right now. I pick and choose. But obviously, yeah, I used to listen to a lot of Wayne and all that shit. As far as the mainstream guys go. I don't really listen to Drake or any of that shit. I don't Oh, Drizzy Goat might have something to say about that. I don't really mess with Drake, but I get it. A lot of people like him. He's more of a harmonizer to me than a rapper. You know? Wheezy's more of a rapper to me. But yeah. Like we were talking about with Nathan, a lot of Detroit rap, a lot of stuff with good beats. I have to check my playlist. Because off the top of my head, man. You know? I've been listening to a lot of rock too, to be honest. A lot. Let's see. Alright, we got some chats rolling in. What else we got here? Honestly, I can't even think of the rappers off the top of my head right now. I don't know why. I'm drawing blanks. Payroll's the best rapper. Oh yeah, he's Detroit rap. That was just the resurrection of Paulo Costa. Roman's still that good. He'll beat RoboCop. Alright. That is a pretty close fight. I think it'll be a close fight, but man, I just think RoboCop, Barack Obama on steroids is a little more dangerous. He's definitely got the power. How do you see Kopylov beating RoboCop? By decision? I don't see Kopylov finishing him, do you? Carried away with ranch. What up, Snack Money? Snack Money is getting carried away with ranch. Explain what that means to the chat. Explain. What kind of ranch are you talking about? You might be too young for Ryan Hall, no offense. No, I just don't view Ryan Hall as a MMA fighter. I view him as a jiu-jitsu guy. As a guard player, as a leg locker. You know? All he has is a spinning wheel kick and a leg lock as far as MMA. I watched his jiu-jitsu grappling match versus Nate Diaz back when they were purple belts. Nate Diaz beat him at purple belt. I know Ryan Hall. He's got that tick. I saw him on that stupid interview. That wannabe Joe Rogan guy interviewed him about jiu-jitsu. I forgot his name. He wears a suit. He's like a wannabe Joe Rogan. No one would fight him. Got robbed of a career. Hey. Yeah, he beat old BJ Penn, but Topuria fought him. But yeah, MMA fighters are afraid of heel hooks for sure. Cool story about that shelter. Super cool. Thanks for sharing. Absolutely, man. I saw Token twice. I feel like Valentina, Aaron Blanchfield both winning as well. I could see that, but I think those women's fights are also pick'ems. I think... Hold up. I think almost all the women's fights are pick'ems on this card. Drake the GOAT, no homo. Are we sure Drake's not homo? I feel like this might be a meme, but I feel like Drake's the type of dude to close his refrigerator with his hip. Drake is the type of dude to close the refrigerator with his hip. I like Drake too. Just a lot of R&B from him now, I feel like. Yeah, he's more melody. He's more melody, you know? I'd rather listen to Weezy. What else we got here? Play that new ASAP Rock. I heard it's a mess there too. Alright, I gotta play it. You've been requesting it a lot. Next time I get in the car, I'm turning that tune on. I got you. I'll let you know how I feel about it. 5 a.m. in Toronto. Damn. Damn, it's early morning over there. It's coffee time over there. Damn. You're either pulling an all-nighter or you wake up early as hell. That NLE Chopper KO is some fire. I got RoboCop by Brutal Knockout. You know what? I could see that. I could see that. I might have said that in my predictions as well. I'm too old. I thought that KO was really bad. Like, I didn't like the sound of it at all. Are you talking about when RoboCop KO'd Jack Hermanson? That was brutal. He shouldn't have followed up. He should not have followed up. Robo by KO. I might have to agree. What up? That cat's watched more MMA than a lot of the casuals out there. Let me tell you. Robo walks Roman down till he quits. Very possible. Very possible. It's a 6-7 type of thing. Oh, your ranch? Your ranch phrases? Carried away with the ranch? Okay, okay. Well, I already like it better than that because I hate the 6-7 type of thing. Where the fuck did that come from? Who cares? A meme? I know 6 foot, 7 foot Lil Wayne. I hate the fucking 6-7 trend shit. The fuck? Wrong. Blanchfield by decision is easy work. Aaron. Alright, Aaron Blanchfield. You got faith in Aaron Blanchfield. I mean, if you got that much faith in Aaron Blanchfield, I mean, yeah. I'm not some diehard Tracy Cortez fan. And I haven't been studying all this Cortez tape, you know, so we'll see if you're right. Tracy taking it. Lucas Tracy? What's he taking? What's Lucas Tracy taking? Hail the Sun. Hail the Sun is one of a kind. Palmer Square from Detroit. Damn, Robert, you're well versed in the music. This guy knows his stuff. He's putting me onto a lot. You're putting us onto a lot of music here. You want all of us to play your playlist, huh? Alright, everyone, let's play Robert's playlist. Start adding it. Let's hear how good it sounds. Shout out Detroit. 5 a.m. in Toronto is a good rap song by Drake from years ago. Oh, I thought you were saying, yeah, it's 5 a.m. where you're at. I got you. I got you. What else we got here? Let me make sure I didn't miss chats. And then I'll show you my music video. Should I play my music video? I'll play it. I can pull it up in a second. Oh yeah, my bad, my bad. That song wasn't Role Model that Justin was talking about. It was Still Don't Give a Fuck. Same album. I had it mixed up. Missed a chat. Okay, here's a chat. The establishment wants to make the youth gay and retarded. That's why they push mumble rap. Yeah, that's the only result you're going to get out of it. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. It's mind-numbing. Yeah. The only thing good about it is the beats sometimes. But yeah, mumble rappers aren't real rappers. They're mumblers. That's a whole different thing, yeah. And yeah, fuck all of them. They look... Lil Peep, or what's his name? Lil Xan, or whatever the fuck their name is. There's too many Lils. Let's see what else we got here. Ryan from Kids in the Hall. Had never heard of them. Alright, yeah. Rob's putting people onto some new artists that people never heard of. We're going to check it all out. We're going to bump your playlist, Rob. It better be up to par. I love how the New York Rangers gave JDM a jersey while the Knicks game gave Islam one. Good they didn't get the same one. Oh, really? I didn't see that. Was that on Embedded? That's what's up. I like it. Was that on Embedded? I missed that. I love that other sports will interact with us these days. Yeah. I mean, shit, I feel like everyone wants to be a fighter, no matter what you do. If there's 4 different corners of different sports going on, if you got a fight in the left corner of the room, if you got a basketball game in the right corner, a soccer game in the back corner, and I don't know, fucking any other sport, everyone's going to look at the fight. Everyone's going to be looking where the fight's happening, you know? That's just human nature. We want to watch fights. So yeah, all the other sports got to respect the fighters, you know? Here's another chat. So you know that there are inbred families pretending to be Jews hiding behind Israel manipulating America. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the U.S. isn't for us anymore. I know U.S., it looks like it spells us, but I don't think the U.S. is for us anymore, you know? We're not part of it. As Robert would say, there's a club, and we're not in it. Did I miss another one? Power slap, but kicks to the groin, no slaps. What the fuck? Damn, how many views would that pull? People nutshotting each other? I don't think anyone would sign up for that, but you never know. There's a lot of retards. Domino actually sucked. Did I miss another chat? Nope. Domino sucked. All right, all right. Play Gunship. Tell me what you think. Wow. All right, all right. I'll play it. I'll play it. Let me read off some bands that I'm looking at right now. Primus, Pucifer, Tool, Soundgarden, Crowbar, Stained, Sore. Yeah, I like them. Tool, Sore, Soundgarden, Stained, Primus, Crowbar. I think I said Soundgarden, yeah. I mess with those. I mess with those bands as well. I think they're real good. Look them up, guys. Look them up. Say you're sorry about Ryan Hall. Are you into leg locks? I mean, I respect leg locks. That's cool that he knows how to jiu-jitsu. I dig it. But come on, in MMA, the only fight that would make sense for Ryan Hall would be another leg locker. You know? I just sent your Instagram a DM. Sent 2 photos. Oh, sweet. Yeah. If you haven't, everyone, follow the Insta. Yep. Follow the Insta. MMA_money-making-Mitch. MMA_money-making-Mitch. Make sure to follow the Insta as well if you use that shit. Not everyone's on there. Eye poke competition. Starring the Frenchman. Yeah. Yeah, Jones and Gane could have a rematch and do an eye poke competition. Sounds about right. Ian Dior is really good. That dude looks like Trippie Redd. I meant Robert. Say sorry. You want Robert to say sorry? About Ryan Hall? Oh, I missed that message from Rob. Ryan Hall kids in the hall. Dumb fighter, dumb show. That's the correlation. I didn't know Ryan Hall had I didn't know Ryan Hall was so impressive to people. I had no idea. Ryan Hall versus Walter Walker. Let's book it. Let's have a leg lock competition, all right? I don't care if it's a featherweight versus a heavyweight. Walter Walker versus Ryan Hall. Let's book it. Let's see. Check the photos real quick. Which jersey looks cooler? All right, I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. Well, I'm a little biased here. The hockey jersey. I like JDM's jersey better. I would rather have the hockey jersey, for sure. I think that looks way sicker. The JDM hockey jersey, I would choose that over the Knicks, for sure. I'm choosing the New York Rangers. Yeah. I like JDM's. What else we got here? What else we got here? UFC is selling ugly sweaters, but none of the cool ones are of the fighters I like. Ugly Christmas sweaters, no way. I might have to get an ugly UFC Christmas sweater. Which fighters are they, by the way? Which fighters are they on those ugly Christmas sweaters? Slava Claus? The band Tesseract. How do you know so many bands, Rob? You go to a lot of concerts or what? You know a lot of bands. Florida must play some great shows. No, I love Ryan Hall. He was a brilliant guy. Very smart. Thanks, Domino. Didn't suck. I was lying. I wish Ryan Hall did well, but he was a one-trick pony. Boy, I didn't know Ryan Hall had a diehard fan base. Why is Dana glazing Usman? Because Usman had him on the podcast and he was like sucking up to Dana, acting like he was in love with him. And Dana hates GSP. I would rather have the hockey jersey as well. It looks so cool. That jersey looks sick. That's a badass jersey. And I guarantee the hockey jersey is way more expensive. The Rangers jersey is more expensive than the Knicks jersey. That's not only why I chose it, though. I like hockey a little better, and that jersey does look sicker. Not going to lie, yeah. The JDM jersey goes hard. 322. Psych, worst song ever. The Band of Mice and Men. I know them. The band Memphis May Fire. All right, all right. My playlist, wow. It might be a lot more diverse after this chat. Wow, I didn't expect so many band recommendations. I'm going to have to check this shit out. What else? What else? Anyone listen to Tool? They got some trippy stuff. There's a lot. Oh, we're talking about the ugly Christmas sweaters? There's a lot. Marab, Patty, Jones, Tom, Pantoja. I think all champs. That's funny. I might get one just for shits and giggles. But yeah, if I had to get one of those jerseys, might have to be a Pantoja one. The Cannibal. What's his nickname? Why did I forget Pantoja's nickname? Yeah, the Cannibal. All right. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. It'd be so gangster if Jack wore his jersey to the presser and Islam wore his Knicks one and they face off. That'd be badass. That'd be badass. That looks a hell of a lot better than the fucking fighter kit jerseys. Let me tell you that. The fighters haven't looked cool since they've done that Reebok deal. Let's just keep it a buck. I'm just calling it how it is. That'd be an awesome idea. Yeah. Islam, wear your basketball jersey. You know, I know you play Dagestan basketball. And JDM, yeah, bro. Rock that hockey jersey. It's sicker than Islam's. That's a great idea, Nathan. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. JDM's Rangers jersey does look clean as hell. That's the one. Redham Day, hi there. Howdy. Howdy, partner. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I liked how excited Islam was when he got his from KAT. Like he was truly happy. but the Rangers look better. Agreed. Check out I See Stars. Tesseract is the new tool. Is that so? I might have to check it out. I like that goblin rock, that psychedelic rock type style. You know? I might have to check it out. Lightning and Panthers jersey. Bro, you reading too slow. You want me to read it like Rap God? Summa lama dooma lama. Yo, I'm not Eminem over here, alright? If you want me to go Rap God, you know, maybe I need some of the John Jones booger sugar. I'll start speed talking over here. Hey, I can rap faster than I talk. You know, you gotta soak in the message for a second. You gotta let it process. Plus, there's a lot of missed ones. What else we got? What else we got? Shit, we haven't even been talking MMA, but fuck it. You assuming I'm a human? All right, let's. All right, while we're on that topic, let's just be honest. I don't know what happened to M. You know, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, man. I'll actually be so happy if we see Rangers and Knicks jerseys at the press conference. Like, Islam in a black hoodie under that jersey would look pretty badass. Or so good. You know what? I feel like the UFC would hate that. I feel like the UFC doesn't let the fighters be themselves, right? They don't let MVP do the crazy walk-offs or the crazy walkouts. They don't let Izzy do his dances anymore. I mean, what custom stuff does the UFC allow you to do, you know? Do they ever let you do custom stuff? Does the UFC ever go out of their way to make their fighters look cool? I'm one of your oldest subs. Really? Really? Like OG wise, like you subbed when this channel's first begun? In January, early this year? Or you mean like literally? Like you're the oldest out of the bunch? How old are you, bro? Check out Bad Omens. Bring me the horizon. All right. Bro, I literally come on every single live. Yes, you do, bro. Yes. I know. Forgive me, you know, I was a little stoned on a few of the lives, all right? But hey, when this channel gets even bigger, I'm going to shout out all the OGs. Red'em Day, I'm going to shout you out. Rob, I'm going to shout you out. When this channel gets big, I'll definitely remember all the OGs. Trust me. Trust me, I won't forget. I'll be like the elephant. I won't forget. Don't worry, man. I'll remember. And appreciate that. Appreciate you joining the lives, bro. Seriously, anything that you can add to it. We dig it. We dig it. Twista was a fast rapper. Also mystical from back in the day. Twista might be the fastest rapper. I think he is the fastest. And as far as who's the best with the fast cadence, maybe Tech. What do you mean Eminem was replaced? Tom McDonald said clone rappers. Did I miss another fucking message? Someone said M was replaced. I don't think M was replaced, but he's definitely not the same guy anymore. Like, he lost the personality and the funniness. He's not goofy no more. He's not slim. I don't think he was replaced, but he's definitely more monotone, more robot-like. After Encore, dude became a robot. I hate his manager. What's his name? Paul Rosenberg? I think that guy's responsible for ruining. I think he's responsible for a lot of it. But yeah, everyone does say that. But yeah, I never got into Tom McDonald. Does anyone play any instruments? Guitar? Drums? Bass? I know we got some rappers in the chat. Any other musical talents or what? Alright, so let's see here. Let's see here. Best rapper in the... Who's the best musician in MMA? We know Bryce is the rapper. I think D-Rod raps, but I never heard any of his songs. So Bryce might be the best rapper. Khalil Roundtree. I don't like the dude, but I think he did some hardcore heavy metal. I seen him perform live. No, I wasn't there. But I saw him in a video on stage. Bro, Eminem is the GOAT, bro. What do you mean? He's by far. Yeah, he was up until the 2010s. He was up until the 2010s, you know. Once you go pop, you drop. Once I saw Eminem featuring Pink on a song, I said, hell fucking no. You don't bring Pink into the hip-hop world, all right? You don't bring Pink into a hip-hop song. And Skylar Grey, whoever the fuck that is, right? Come on. I mess with piano and guitar, but just memorizing songs never got far. All right. Pally Casket the rapper. Never heard of him, never heard of him. Harmonium. Hey, he did invent a dictionary word, though, Stan. He did add a new word to the dictionary, though. Give him that. Who's the best live performer that you guys seen? Any genre. Live, on stage. Who's the best live performer? Any genre. Play Kasky the rapper? Do you like Yellow Wolf? What do you guys play? I play harmonium. Oh yeah, that's like a piano with the, yeah, like an accordion and a piano combined, right? If anything, I want to learn bass. If anything, I want to learn bass with the 4 strings. I think that's my favorite instrument. Idea is one of the greatest lyricists of all time. He's dead now, though. R.I.P. R.I.P. All the good musicians are dead. I haven't been to many concerts. I might go to MGK in Nashville this December. Oh, man. I got my fair share of shit to make fun of about MGK. The dude dresses like Izzy Adesanya. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's just call a spade a spade. MG Gay and that Megan Fox. I mean, I don't know about them two, man. I wish Sean Strickland smacked that guy. But at least he can play instruments. But MGK might be good live. I'm not a fan of. He's the vampire man. Immortal Techniques. Yes, I know about that. I know him. I know about that. We all know about that. Violin, I want to learn. Oh, yeah, you got to have. Hey, that'll help you keep your chin. That's how you learn how to tuck your chin. With the violin. Maybe Patty the Baddie needs to learn that because he needs to learn how to tuck his chin. Yellow Wolf, put him on. All right. All right. All right. Request from Robert. I'll put on Rowdy. Tickets to My Downfall by MGK is one of the best albums to spar to. I hear you. I hear you. I heard that. Yeah. You know what's weird though? I also like to spar to calm music like Bob Marley and shit. I like to roll jujitsu to Bob Marley. Bro, don't play no songs copyright. I'll play like 10 seconds. Yeah, Yellow Wolf has a distinct voice, doesn't he? This one's got a good beat. Here is it. He got a good flow. Straight out of Alabama. He's the guy. He's the drinker. He rocks the fake jewelry, right? Yep. Yep, yep. I need a refill on the drink. BRB. Marley, take over. Might have missed a chat. All right. So yeah, all right. Redham Day is gonna learn the violin. That also helps you tuck your chin. I tried to be a Yellow Wolf fan when M signed him, but he says a bunch of shit that's pointless. All right, guys, this is our moment to take over the world. He says a bunch of pointless stuff, then you better stop listening to modern day rap music. Yeah, true, I have. Oh, man. I mean, yeah, sometimes I'm in it for the flow. Sometimes I'm in it for the lyrics. It just depends on the mood. Sometimes I just want a good cadence. You know? You said Sleep Token? You know who kind of reminds me of? He kind of reminds me of the other dude with the mask. He's dead though. Who's the other dude with the mask? He reminds me of Sleep Token. MF Doom. Why does he look like he's got the MF Doom mask on? You know? ASAP Rock and Palmer Squares will blow your mind with word scrabble if you like true lyricists and true hip hop. I gotta be in a certain mood, but yeah, I do. That I do. All right. Let's see here. Sleep Token has a mask? It's a rock band. Yeah, look him up. Look him up. Sleep Token has a mask. Take a look. I mean, doesn't Slipknot has masks too? Couple rock bands have masks. Slipknot's. Play the song 93 till Souls of... Play the song 93 till from Souls of Mischief. You know what? I just tested the waters real quick with the Yellow Wolf song, but I'm going to play it safe because I don't want to get copyrighted. Robert, these are too many damn songs. Shit. Sleep Token, absolutely. Doesn't he have like that MF Doom mask? What the fuck? I don't like Sleep Token now. I had no idea. Hey, but that's not really a reason to not like him, right? Like, what about Slipknot? They wear masks. You don't like Slipknot? Looks weird. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Sleep Token and Presidents. Oh, man. All right. Well, I'm going to hop off the stream right now. Thanks for everyone joining the chat. And I think my goal is to post every day this week up until UFC 322. So, thanks for stopping by in the chat. Hopefully, I'll hop on tomorrow. No, I don't like Slipknot other than Snuff. All right. Fair enough. I hear you. All right, guys, I will catch you soon. Have a great night. Adios. And thanks for tuning in. I can't wait for UFC 322.